coming to terms with my ego and struggling to figure out how to balance a healthy one. And that is a topic that is quite sensitive, because when you have like an ego, admitting you have one almost damages it, so it's quite hard. And for today, I wrote this in my notes app, coming to terms with ego and how to balance a healthy one. And that's as much as I've wrote in my notes app, so the rest of it is just completely what I think. In recent months, really, I've sort of had to eat humble pie, and it's changed my perspective by quite a lot. Shit happens to you in life, and I believe it's just maturity, really, because I turned 18 a few days ago, and it was a strange feeling. I didn't go out drinking, I didn't do any of that. I went to the gym, and then I went out for a meal in the evening. I didn't drink on my 18th birthday. And sometimes it's hard to figure out, do I do these things because I want to be a good person, or do I do these things to appear to be a good person? Like, do I do it like, look, I don't drink, almost for like a facade almost. And I try to be as genuine as I can, but it's really difficult to maintain an ego, because everyone has one, but it's hard to not let out of control. And I have to almost, you have to tell yourself, this is not healthy, this is not what you want to do. If you want to be a better person, you don't do these things, and you have to force yourself to let go. If you don't force yourself to let go of your ego, it eats you alive. People say something about you, eats you. You can't let anything go, eye for an eye. And I always remembered this quote. I couldn't tell you who said it, but it's an eye for an eye just leads to the whole world going blind. And I think that was a big help for me into almost reducing my ego and a level of narcissism that I had, because we're all just human, none of us are really that special. We're all just been put on a planet that's made of rock, and we've all got a set of social standards we have to live to, but ultimately your life's yours to live, and you can't be so bothered about your self-image to the point where it's all you think about. And I think that was like a really big realization for me, especially recently, because it's just it's something that you've had as a grounding for your life. You're better than someone on average, you're smarter than people on average or whatever, and you have to realise that that's an unhealthy way to look at things, because the second you haven't got one of those things, you have nothing. You are a hollow person. When you base your entire happiness on external factors and nothing on yourself, nothing on your personal goals, you base it all on your image, the second anything damages that image, you can't let go. It destroys you, it eats you alive. And if something major was to happen, for example, if you're an athlete, you base your entire life on how good you are at this sport, and then you tore your ACL, you have nothing. You're left in a void. And that's the situation I was in. I wasn't an athlete, far from it, but I had, dreams to pursue a certain career, and then I got diagnosed with a pretty severe medical term, which I'm going to have for the rest of my life, and suddenly you're in the void. You have nothing. You are in a void, and you can't find a way out. And it happened to me last January, just after I turned 17. I think it was about the 14th of January. And even now, 1 year on, it's all I've thought about. I've been trying to deal with the problem, and it's such a complex problem to deal with, and I still haven't fully come to terms with it. I've got past like the stage of denial, I know I've got it, I know I'm going to forever have it, fine, but it still doesn't grasp, it still doesn't make you feel better about it. It's like, it's like, well, why me? And it's quite a selfish outlook to have, because it's like, why me? Why not someone else? And I realise that someone's got to have it, because if 1% of the population has something, sometimes that 1% is going to be you. And well, I know I originally said coming to terms with ego and how to balance a healthy one, but for me, I didn't like learn a healthy ego. I was a major narcissist, and any comment would hurt me. I couldn't stand anything. You said something about me, I'd fight you. Some shit like such childish, immature behaviour. And it wasn't like gradual maturity. It happened overnight. My entire ego, my entire everything just died overnight. And then because the groove is already there, the groove of narcissism and ego is already driven into your mind, it's really easy to fall back into that path. But with it being so sudden, it was almost like, it was like an epiphany. It was like, well, why base myself on something that can be changed overnight? And then I made that realisation, but it's been a constant, uphill battle against myself, really, on how to become more, have a more healthy mindset. And I still struggle with it. Like today, for example, I was at college and we got our health and safety exam, and there's a kid I work with and he got 33 out of 50 and I got 45 out of 50. And it's really difficult in these moments to not be like, whatever, you're stupid. It's like, I wouldn't say these things, but it's like for the entire time I've been there, he's always talked down to me, he's always treated me like a lesser, and he's always been not all that nice to me. So you have to hold back, almost wanting to replenish the downs he's put on you. But like I said earlier, an eye for an eye just leads to the whole world getting blind. So you have to catch yourself and realise that this isn't what you want to do. You just have to let go. And I think that is a major thing in how to come to terms with you and how to balance a healthy one, because you can't have the mindset, they beat me up, I'll beat them up, because nobody wins. No one wins. You just have to let go of things. And once you let go of things, then you just have a more healthy ego, and narcissism fades because they have to fade. Because if they pursued, you would have to beat them up. You'd have to do all these things. You'd have to eye for an eye and then some. But when you let go of that and have a more healthy ego, the need to do it doesn't disappear. You still get angry. I'm not saying you don't get angry, but it turns down in the effect that it has on you. And I'm not trying to act like I'm some, Buddhist monk or whatever who knows shit. I struggle with it all the time. And I still struggle with the same problems I did a year ago. The only difference is, I know it's a problem. I ain't really solved a lot. I just realise it's a problem. And that's all you need. You just need to realise certain things in your life are problems. And you need to just take the steps in your life to improve your life, because no one's coming to save you. And every decision you do has an impact on your life. And you need to make the decisions to become the person you want to be.